Hello and welcome to Monday Club. We're back again. Summer has kindly joined us today.
Yay!
Jesus.
Jesus Christ. Don't know who we need some new guests, don't we?
She's not a guest. She's not a guest. She's
No, she's a host, yeah, really. Well, you know what I mean.
part-time host.
She's a part-timer.
Yeah.
Part-timer.
Yeah, she's a subby.
I'm going to get in right away. While Sam was setting his camera up, I just said to Sam, you ignored my last message on Instagram. She's like, what? No, I haven't. So somebody did some really cool drawings. She did ignore it. She did some really cool drawings on Instagram the other day and posted up. And there was a picture of, I can't remember the other one. It was Brian Cranerson, who is Walter White. Who was the other guy?
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. So I went, oh, that's really good. Looks just like Bruce Willis. Thinking it'd be really funny. You know, she's going to go, oh, no, it's not Bruce Willis. Completely ignored me. Just said it to her. She went, who's Bruce Willis? Mate.
I'm young.
Yeah, but
not
how
that
old are you,
young.
Sam?
24.
And Nick, you're 38. So
No,
yeah.
I'm 29. Dare you?
No, listen. Bruce Willis was massive in my time, for sure.
I'm going to Google him so I know what he looks
I
like.
need to.
Die Hard films, man.
See, I don't watch any Die Hard. I don't know of them. I watched him in Sixth Sense. I've seen him in what's that one?
Kind of it's just because he's bald, isn't it?
Yeah, the one not the remake, it was the sequel. Blade Runner.
Don't know, don't care. Boring story. Let's move on.
Whatever. Anyway.
But I haven't watched them.
So, Sam, you getting back into your art now, are you?
I have more time on my hands now, so a little bit, yeah.
Oh, wait, that brings me to my next thing. So, what? You're still subbing, are you?
Yeah.
And what? You've got more time subbing now?
I've got really good hours at work, so
Nice. 8
I
till
have
4?
like too much time in the 7:30 till 4.
Lovely.
Yeah.
That's a nice day.
It's a very nice day.
Not like me, self-employed. I never get off. I'm always on call. I'm always ready. By the front door, my trousers on going. I'm waiting for that call.
Well, you're not, though, because you
No, I'm
out in
absolutely
your
not.
unit at least twice a week. At least 2 days a week.
There was a bouncy castle in your unit the other day.
Delicious. You see that, Sam?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Why did you have a bouncy castle?
We bought it in lockdown. Me and my other half are terrible for it. Like you would hope one was a good influence, like, oh, I'm going to buy this, and the other one go, no, it's a waste of money. That's silly. Each of us go, yeah, absolutely, that's a brilliant idea. Let's buy that.
Well, like your printing press for T-shirts that you've never used.
I have. I've got them all. I'm doing it. I think beginning of December. Like, I've got a list of anyway. But we bought it. And we thought it was a great idea for the kids. We just get it secondhand, put it in the garden. But we lent it to one of my mates, one of my lads' mates. And when we fold it up, it's full-size Bouncy Castle. If I fold it up properly, I can probably compress it to, let's say,
wow.
3 of me.
Who cares?
Let's say 3 of me, like bunched up. That's quite good. They managed to just fold it in half. That was their effort of put it back together, left it out in the rain, and dragged it through loads of mud. So I thought I'll take it to the
That's
unit.
nice when they borrowed it off someone to
For
do
free.
it.
Yeah. And so I ended up dragging it in the van, dumping it in the unit, and I said, I'll set it up, set the dryers on, sort of clean it a bit. But there was loads of mud actually in the Bouncy Castle. So I gave Adam, I got a little blower now, a little Bosch blower. I said, Adam, go on there and do it. And then he got on it and just started bouncing. I was like, where's the blower? He goes, I want my 5 minutes of fun first. It's like, fair enough.
I'm a bit tired tonight, and therefore not interested in Nick's boring stories.
Fantastic.
Nick,
I would like to have a bouncy castle because even at kids' parties, bouncy castles are for the adults and not the children.
Amazing.
You know what? No, I can't go on a bouncy castle because it's too fat. Guarantee it. Don't take my weight. No way.
I'm getting there. The kids.
You will. You just go in.
No, the kids sit because you know where it ends, and then you got the bit where you climb on. So the kids all sit on that bit, and they go, "Oh, Dad, go jump on it." So I sit in the middle and just do a massive jump on my arse, and they absolutely fly off it. That's the only thing I'm good for.
2 bits of housekeeping to get out of the way quickly. Number 1, I'm aware that I haven't been putting up unfiltered, and I haven't been putting up quick fire questions. I've just been flat out, like the last probably month has been a whirlwind for me. So I apologise. I will get back to him. We've got loads stockpiled. It's just a matter of getting around to it. Also, if you haven't bought one yet, Le Spark t-shirt. I don't know why you haven't bought one. Like, it's better than buying a Ralph Lauren or a Lacoste or something. This is Le Spark. Come on, click the link below. Go and buy some.
You sold any yet?
Yes. Not as many as I'd like.
Okay. Fair enough. I was just wondering. That was all.
No, but listen, why wouldn't you buy this? Why haven't you bought one?
I don't want one.
What do you mean?
Because I have that many works clothes now. Whether or not I buy them, or what it is, whether or not I buy them or get them for free. When we did the Bouncy Castle, we had a tidy for the unit, and I brought back the hoodies that I've sort of been given or collected. I had 11 hoodies at the unit that I had to bring back and wash. You just seen the pile of. Like, I have big hoodies. I'm a big person. Walked in, and we ended up doing 3 lots of washing. They were all over the house around the radiators.
This ain't for work. You can wear it for work, but you can floss in a nice pair of shorts.
The problem is, a lot of people that are like me with Sparkwise, who are self-employed domestic, is you pretty much live in your work clothes. It's very rare that when people see me in jeans, they go, God, you look weird. I was like, sorry.
I never wear normal clothes. I'm always in work clothes. Always. Like, I even got bloody work top on now.
Yeah, I still haven't got changed a lot.
Unacceptable. I'm sending Summer some free t-shirts, but I'm not sending Nick any.
I want you free t-shirts. I don't have to wipe my arse with.
Yeah, Nick has to buy them because he's got plenty of dough buying bouncy castles and that.
It wasn't actually that expensive, to be honest.
Summer, what have you been up to this week, mate?
I'm working on the Dart at Luton Airport, which is like an electric cable train thing that they've spent like 225 million so far on.
Do they call it the shuttle?
I call it the train. It's not a train, but it looks like a train. But that's quite cool. I'm not really doing anything to do with it, but I've got to go like and see all the ins and outs of it and go in the tunnel and things. So that's quite cool.
So they have bolt holes in the tunnel. Bolt holes.
Bolt holes. What a bolt.
Well, I told you I was right, didn't I?
I saw it. I read the comment. Yeah.
Yeah. Listen.
Yeah. What?
So at Clapham, or like some of the railways, as you come into the station, you'll see like there's like brick walls, and then like periodically spaced out along these brick walls, we'll have like an archway painted white with like a little indent.
Like the things that look like doorways.
Yeah. Doorway to nowhere. They're called bolt holes. And that's where, like, if you're working on the railway and a train comes, you can quickly dive in there. Train goes past.
Oh, I haven't gone that deep into the tunnel. I've only gone so far because they're running at the minute. So, because they're testing them out. But I've only worked so far because I'm just doing a little bit of conduit at the moment. So, just doing the last few bits.
So, have you managed, because like last time you was on, you had just started being a subby. You went from being full-time employed, PAYE, and then you you went over to the dark side as a subby. How are you feeling about it now? Are you enjoying it yet, or do you not fancy it anymore?
Yeah, no. So I was working for a company I was testing, and I had that shit job where there was just faults on every single circuit that I tested. I come off of that, and then went and was doing a bit of agency work in London, doing temp supplies, which was so shit. Like it was bad. It was so horrible. And getting the train to London every day, I didn't want to do it. So I called a company that I've worked with but not for, and they put me on this Luton job. So I did a little bit of testing at first. Tested a couple of houses they needed testing, and then moved over to this airport job, which I love, and I love being up the airport because I used to work up there before. So,
and it's not far from your house either, is it?
No, it's 25 minutes, because I'm not actually in Luton. It's about 25 minutes from mine, so it's not too bad at all.
And like, for those people who don't know, when you're subbing and travelling into London, it's like a minimum of an hour. You think it takes an hour, but actually takes more, because by the time you walk from station to station, there's another 20 minutes and stuff like that. It's just grueling, and you ain't getting a seat. on any of the tube. It's going to be hell, especially if you've got to get on the Northern Line or Victoria Line at
Take
rush
your
hour,
tools.
carrying your tools around. And it doesn't matter how light you think it is, it's still heavy after about a mile of walking. So it's grueling. So to get a job nearby with sensible hours, not finishing at 5:30, finishing at 4 o'clock, that is so nice. It's so sweet.
Yeah. And there's Saturday work as well, so there's lots of overtime, which is good.
Not interested. Can't pay me.
I love working a weekend. I'm weird. But
Why? What do you do? What, like? Do you know what? Someone asked me the other day, what would you do instead of working? I was like, I could think of 1,000 things right now.
yeah, but do you actually do it?
Anything.
Or do you sit at home and not do anything?
Well, that could be one of the things. Like, sit there looking at the ceiling, sit there looking at the TV, sit there looking at
I just sit there looking at the ceiling. This is one thing I couldn't go back on. Is, let's say my kids all of a sudden just disappeared. I would not know what to do with myself. I mean, as in, like, I have friends that don't have kids and they seem to be always doing stuff. But if my kids weren't here, I would literally go, what do you do? What do you do when you don't have kids?
Sit and watch TV or the ceiling.
Yeah, just sit.
Look at like a million hours. Listen, I've done no work today, nothing, not one drip of work today. And I wore myself out on my phone. I just started rewatching. I finished Suits. That was good. And now I've just started rewatching Stargate Atlantis.
Oh, yes.
It's so brilliant. I don't care what anyone says.
Stargate Atlantis was wicked. I loved Universe.
I wasn't so keen on Universe. I love Stargate Atlantis and SG-1 and all that.
I never watched SG-1. It's Summer's just like, whew.
Yeah. She was about 3 years old when it came out. But no, so I started watching that again. I've done a whole series at work today because I do skim some of the more boring episodes. And then I've been on TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, just scrolling and scrolling.
But you don't want to spend your whole life on your phone, man.
No, I'm not saying I spend my whole life on the phone, but I'm saying today was one of these days where I was just like, there was nothing to do.
No, he went from his phone and they looked at the ceiling for a bit. And he went back to his phone.
I did that. Listen, there's a million things I'd rather do than work. So I'm not complaining I didn't do nothing today. But what I'm saying is, I don't mind doing nothing. I can have a little nap. I can wake up, do some more Stargate. I don't know.
I don't like not doing anything. I hate it.
I love it. I'm probably a world-class do-nothinker.
No, I hate it. But then equally, when I know there's nothing to do, and then you think, "Oh God, I've got that paperwork to do," you just go, "Nah, I'm just going to sit here and look at the ceiling."
See, can you sit down and watch TV for like 2 hours straight?
If film, yeah. But to be honest with you, since the whole YouTube Spark thing and everything, it's very rare that I can't not look at my phone every 20 minutes and go, oh, hang on a second, I need to do this. Do you know what I mean? Like at the moment, me and my other half watching, we rewatched The Punisher, like the Marvel Punisher Netflix show, which is mint. And we've just started watching Daredevil. But like, we've already watched them before, but I will sit there like on my phone while trying to watch it because I've got 110 things to do and reply to. As in the past, all right, I cleared my text messages yesterday afternoon. And if you can see that, I already have 163 text messages as of yesterday afternoon. And then WhatsApp.
From who?
What?
From who?
Anyone.
It's just from you, Sam, sending him 70 in a row.
Yeah, and then the WhatsApp groups. But my problem is because ever since I set up being self-employed, I had one phone only. Obviously, when I was young, I was 18 when I went self-employed. I only thought I'd need a phone, and this is all I do. And ever since I started YouTube, never thought that it would never blow up, like I've said before. And I wish I'd bought another phone for a business and a personal phone, because my mobile number is all over the internet. Everyone knows when people ring me at stupid o'clock at night and just all the time. So fair enough, lads want advice and whatnot, but I'm getting phone calls at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. I have to answer most of them because it could be an old lady that's fell down the stairs and her power's tripped off. Do you know what I mean? I need to answer these to make sure. And I've got some people that are just being idiots or whatever, or heavy breathing. That's my favorite. Oh, is this Nick? Oh.
That's me.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I'm bored.
Bored. It's weird. I can hear like they're making a sandwich. I can hear like ham slapping the kitchen side. I don't know what it is. But yeah.
What it is?
Right. That's what he told me. He said he's
Listen,
making a
this is the
sandwich.
most unelectrical podcast. I can't
Anyway,
have
yeah,
it.
but it's about us. But yeah, so that's I get so many messages all the time, emails and WhatsApps and whatnot. It's just if you ignore it for a few days, it goes into the thousands, and then I end up missing stuff out. Or do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I do in my spare time.
I'm glad I'm not popular because that would suck, man.
No, yeah, I'll post Sum's mobile number on my next YouTube video, so everyone can drop her a text.
The torrent of dick pics.
Oh God,
They would just be coming in.
oh God,
Please don't do that.
yeah. I'll put Sam's on there just to annoy him.
Yeah, but listen, mine's on there. I don't care. No one rings me. No one wants to talk to me because they're only going to get mugged off. Oh, listen, it happened again. I've got a poo story, but I'm not telling it.
You can't say that you've got one and then not.
You have to do it unfiltered after.
I'll do it unfiltered after. I'm not telling another poo story on the main show, but I will tell it later on unfiltered. So I want to talk about work vans.
Okay.
I've been looking at work vans this week.
Oh yeah.
Buying your own?
Yeah.
Well, what perfect subject. What van are you looking at?
What I want and what I can afford are completely different things. I've been looking at the newer Shape Transit Connect.
Yeah, nice they are.
Yeah. I'd love to have a custom, but they are too much money for me.
It depends which shape you want. Do you want mine's the facelift, and then you got the one before it, which is still a custom.
I'd love to have the facelift, but that is a lot of money.
We looked at the couriers, the transit couriers.
They're like long, like
they're slightly different shape than the Connect. But I think they look more like the custom, just a squashed custom.
Yeah, no.
I don't like them.
No.
Oh.
No.
Nick,
sorry, Sam.
Do you spend much money on maintenance on your van? No. I
haven't got it serviced yet. I spoke to Adam's dad the other day, and he's a mechanic, and he's gonna come and do it all. Nothing so far has gone wrong on my new van.
Is it new though?
Well, it's a 69 plate.
So it's new, so things shouldn't really go wrong with it.
Hopefully, yeah.
So I had to put my van in. Right, all right, it's a company van, and it come like just for MOT and service, they got charged £1,600.
What?
And I'm thinking, the firm I work for got plenty of dough, so it's just like they don't care.
It's a write-off for them anyway.
Yeah, like it's nothing to them. It means nothing to them. So someone throws out a number like that to like yourself, you're going to be screwed.
No. I mean, I've never had mine serviced properly with a Ford dealer or anything because it's just a waste of money. My mate, he's always had Fords. He had bought a brand new Ford Fiesta. He would go in every year, spend £500-600 on a full service and MOT, get it all done properly, get it stamped in the book because that's what he wanted. I couldn't give a shit about it. Like that van I've got is going to be driven till it's broken, or that van's going to be given to Adam and I'll just get a new one. Like if I plan to sell it, it's going to be worth a couple of grand. The stamp in the book will add no value.
So we're back. Gremlins in the system. It's not my fault this time. I squarely lay the blame on Summer.
Definitely think it was your fault because it was you two that froze.
No.
Yeah.
If we both froze, it's definitely you.
Yeah.
So Summer messed it up. Sorry for your viewing.
Apologies.
Whatever. Yeah, anyway, getting back to vans. So, I got tucked up for £1,600. Well, I didn't. My firm
That's
did.
a lot of money, that is.
Well, it is.
A service and an MOT. Yeah,
because they tried it. They was like, oh, it needs new brake pads and discs all round. It needs a new shock absorbers and stuff like that. Mate, it don't ride no different. It's exactly the same. Whatever.
I know.
They was like, oh, we need it for 2 days. I was like, no. Because this is what happened, right? I thought it was going to be a quick thing. Put it in, a couple hours later, go pick it up. Standards, check a few things, maybe put a new tyre on, do the MOT, boom. No. There's like, oh, we're going to need it for 2 or 3 days. I was like, well, that's not going to happen. Put it back together. We'll pay for what's been done. I'll get it done somewhere else. Oh, no, well, we can't do that, blah, blah. Anyway, I get a call back 2-3 hours later. Oh, it's ready for you. It's done now.
Magic, yeah.
I'm like, what is going on here? And and the worst thing was I had to get a cab back to the job. Then I had to get, and then so I pre-booked my cabs for the next couple of days because in Exeter there's like 3 main cab companies and they're pretty busy. So I booked a cab to go back, pick up my house key from there, then go back to my digs, and then have one pick me up in the morning from the digs to take me to the job, and then from the job to pick up the van. And it's just like a whole load of unnecessary nonsense.
Cool story, bro. Yes.
But listen,
timed it perfectly.
Yeah, but it's not as if you're bringing up any interesting subjects, Nick. You're just sitting there
Oh,
like a
there's
goon
only 3 major
with a divvy
companies
face.
in Exeter. Yeah, that's a cool story, bro. Let's talk about electricians, yeah?
Well,
Summer,
talk then.
Sorry?
Talk then.
Well, I will. I'm about to say. I don't know now. Spot Sam. Nice one. I was going to say something about electrics, but...
Yeah, but what have you been doing this week, though, Nick? Let's get.
What have I been doing? We've been finishing off bits, really. We had a really unusual job that I couldn't really film. Main house, you had a sort of lean-to extension, what was, I would have thought, a garage at some point, which at the back of that was the fuse board. So the cables ran all the way through the flat roof, into the house void, up, and then into the cavity, into the kitchen, right? But for no reason whatsoever, well, I sort of get it. They're having a new pitched roof put on this lean-to, I think, just to make it look a bit better, because it was a sort of nice house. And then I think in 20 years ago, someone just stuck a fat story roof on it and it just looked crap. So we had to change the board, but when we were changing the board, we had to change and extend every single leg from the fuse board running into the house, do all these joints. I don't know if you saw the picture I put on Instagram of like 25 junction boxes underneath someone's floor that were all labeled.
No.
So someone at some point had altered it, but we had to change them all for maintenance joints because it was under the floor. But on top of it, also leave 4.5 meters of extra cable coiled up individually in each trough, in each section, for when this new roof comes on, is we can pull all the excess out so it can then go up in the roof eaves. And for some reason, I thought one day to do the board and to do all that was plenty. Wasn't plenty. So me and Adam did all that, got the power back on, and went back the next day. Oh, while you're here, can you just do 8 spotlights in the kitchen? And can you do a 10 mil cooker feed for the future? Oh, and actually, while you're at the 10 mil, can you also run a 10 mil in for our shower? Because we might have a 10.5 kilowatt shower at some point. Yes, I will. Yes. Do you know what I mean? It was just one of them things that went on and on and on. And it was a great job.
To add some more money onto the job after not quoting enough days at the beginning.
Yeah, it wasn't really the money I was worried about. It just the knock-on effect of the guy I was working for the next day. I hate doing it. I had to ring him up that night and go, I'm really sorry, I'm going to have to move you because I've overrun on the job. And now I'm sort of really good with scheduling it. And if I have to do a Saturday morning, I'll do a Saturday morning just to help out. And Adam doesn't mind whatsoever. But it was more the inconvenience of the other guy because he had plasterer booked in. I was like, I just can't make it. But it was all worked out at the end. We just did a couple of hours later the next night and then worked our asses off the next day and got it all done. So it was good. It was a shame I couldn't film it, but I'm sort of happy I didn't film it because it would have just took even bloody longer. So yeah, that was what I've been doing. I like the pain in the arse job. Other than that, it's just been like little bits and bobs, extra sockets, lights, some stuff for YouTube and that whatnot. So yeah, it's all good.
My brother's a builder and he's doing some work on a family house, like his wife's auntie's house or something. Anyway, you know them jobs where you don't quote enough, always go wrong. Anyway, so he's digging in the garden and he's gone through an armoured and gone through the Cat 6 that goes to their outhouse.
Yeah.
And he phones me up and he's like, what am I going to do now? I was like, actually, it's not a big problem. If you've only cut it through, it's not the end of the world. And I sent him residual current because he does a lot of torpedo joints, doesn't he? I sent him the stuff. I sent him the link to residual current. Mikey, big shout out to Mikey. Like, because he does like a little video of him doing it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And and he done it, got it all fixed up in, I don't know, about a couple of hours.
But Mikey went out and did it.
No, man. I sent him the.
That's what you
No,
meant.
he trusted the builder to do.
Well, my brother did it from watching these YouTube.
That's the one thing. Like YouTube's great, but people.
Yeah, I know.
Listen, end of the day, right?
I would
How
have
many things have
recommend
you
it.
fixed and done from YouTube?
I've changed the screens on that many iPhones. Thank you. YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
And the annoying thing is, it's like when you first meet someone. Oh, do you want a brew? Yeah, I'll make a brew. And you make a really good brew. And then from then on, they'll go, "You make a really good brew. Can you carry like on a building site?"
That's why you never make a good one.
I know.
Ever.
And I didn't know this from day one. I should have made a shit one, stirred it with my balls, and gone right. And they're gone, "Oh, that was awful." I'm not asking him to make one again. It's exactly the same thing. I changed someone's phone over, and I was just like, "Oh, can you change this one? Can you change it?" And it turned into a list of like 15. I was like, "Fuck's sake!" And then it turned into the new iPhones. You've got to put them in the oven for a little bit to loosen the glue off, because these are all waterproof now, to get the seal off, to take the. And I've just said from now on, I'm not anything newer than like an iPhone 8, no, a 7. I just won't touch. I just refuse to do it now. Nope, go shop. He'll fix it.
But with my brother, I did talk him through it. I was like, make sure you turn your the electric off.
Well, it should have gone off anyway if you'd
Yeah,
gone
but
to
like,
a spade.
make sure it's all locked off properly. Strip it back, and he's taking pictures and showing me because I'm a million miles away. I couldn't have gone and helped him anyway. But the point of the story is, whenever you do them jobs where you don't quite have enough money in it,
Yeah,
they always go wrong.
I always have that.
Money.
If I don't have the right amount of money or I'm running out of time, I'll end up going for a water pipe. That will just always happen.
Yes.
Yes.
Or it's a family job and you've done like mates rates on. Every time goes wrong.
It's my mum's. I changed my mum's fuse boards. I got there and I was like, "Oh, it's fine, I'll move it down," and completely forgot from years and years ago. Turned up, said, "Adam, we could do this in like 5 hours, like sort of no problem at all." Some prick years ago changed the garage door, put the garage door bracket straight across the front of the fuse board, and I was like, got there and like started crying straight away. My mum was on holiday, and I was like, "Adam," and we were there till like 8:30 at night because I just like trying to do it with a little ratchet to undo everything and get the lid. I ended up cutting the old lid off with the multi-tool just to get the board off.
No way.
Not fun. Go on, cool story, bro. Yeah.
No, I like that story. That's a good story because these are the things, like you turn up to these jobs where you've just not got enough money in it. And I've done it like, because when you only do a few private jobs, you either put in a stupid price because you don't want to do it,
or not enough because you don't know,
or you don't put in enough. Do you know what I mean? It's either like, "Oh, can you change my fuse board?" Yeah, it's £1,500, and then they go, "Oh yeah, okay, sweet," and then you've got a right touch. Or it's, "Can you change my fuse board?" "Yeah, I'll do that for like, I don't know, 400 quid," and then it's like
House of Horrors.
20 ways
Everything's
on it.
IR test fails on every circuit.
And then you put it all back together and you switch it on and it trips the RCD and you're like, and then like, "Well, it worked before. Can't you put the old one back on?" "Well, no, I can't."
Jesus, yeah, another 400 quid. We'll put the old one back on for you.
Yeah, no, that's one of them things.
Do you not do a test before you do a fuse board change?
I haven't done a fuse board change in someone's house for maybe a year, and I did not test it. No.
My old firm, we used to always carry out an ICR before, so that if there was any problems, we knew about it before.
Yeah.
That's when I knew
you're meant to do.
Testing properly when I was getting problems.
Yeah, this is we've started doing this in the past sort of two and a half years. We've always tried to carry out a test, but sometimes we've had it where there's been a guy saying, "Listen, we're having build work doing, so we need the board change, blah blah blah," and we've gone in, turned up, and I've gone in there with a few different fuse board sizes and gone, right, okay. And me and Adam will run around and test everything that morning. And you're just like, "Oh shit." Like it always ends up being a light upstairs lighting circuit. "Oh shit." So Adam, right up in the loft, let's have a look, let's try and clear the fault. But then sometimes I could be changing the board over while it's looking for the fault, and it's just a pain in the ass. But I've done it before years ago, changed the board over, turned it on, and it's tripped. And it's a lot of the time it used to be
cookers
of old houses that didn't sleeve the earths in the back of sockets, the multi-strand, the old zinc cable. And one of them would be either poking into the neutral, or the neutral would be poking out a little bit onto the back box or something. And it would be as simple as that. But there was 35 sockets in the house, all behind dressers that were full of china and books and stuff that you couldn't move. You're like, I've got a hole in the back. It's fine. Not my house. I don't do that.
Yeah, cut a hole straight through their cabinet. Yeah. I don't know, man. Listen, I'm very low energy today. I'm hanging on by a thread.
He's full. That's what he is.
No, yeah, you know, I'll
Tell
you,
everyone.
Nick, I haven't. You know what? It was dumb what I've done. So I haven't eaten properly for a couple of days. Like just where I've been busy and a million things going on. I haven't had dinner properly. I've had a sandwich here and there. But I was really hungry when I woke up this morning. I was like, I'm going to make a good dinner tonight when I get in. And then on the way home, I was like, I can't be asked to make a good dinner. So I stopped off at the co-op and I got tuna, 2 tins of tuna, sweet corn, 2 onions, pasta, and some mayonnaise and some hot sauce. And I come home and I made tuna pasta.
With 2 onions? That's a lot of onions.
Yeah, but come on, onions are the best.
No, but not
fried,
2
yeah.
Like,
No,
I've used
Sam's made a portion for a meal of like family of 6.
Yes.
That's what he's done.
I made it in this big bowl and I was like, I'm not putting it on a plate. I'm just going to take the bowl and go and sit in the living room and sit there and eat out the bowl. No problem. It's just me. There's no one watching. Anyway, so I'm sitting there eating it and I'm like, oh, I'm so full. So I put it on the table, I lay down for a bit and then I'm looking at it and I'm sort of laying there all full. And then my eyes just opening, seeing it
still
there.
there.
Like, I could just do a couple more spoonfuls. And by the time I started the podcast, I'm like, I've done the whole bowl. I'm dying. I'm so full. I don't even know what to do with my life. I hate eating like that.
It's the problem I have now is you'll wake up tomorrow morning fucking starving.
Oh, when you have a big meal, especially later at night, you always wake up so hungry.
Fat Chinese the night before, you've got, I can't eat anymore. You wake up the next morning, I'm like going through the bin. Where's the leftovers? Like, I'm starving. Where
Tell
are
the
they?
truth right now.
I used to do that years ago. This is just...
No, wait. Hold on. Let's clarify this. Have you ever pulled something out of the bin and ate it? Tell the truth. Yes.
It was after a night out years ago, cheesy chips and beans. No, it wasn't beans. I think it was just cheesy chips. And I got home from a night out and I went, fuck, I can't eat that. Chucked it in the bin. It was in the bag, in the polystyrene box and everything. Chucked it in, woke up in the morning, I thought, oh, yeah, be all right in the microwave. Just pull it out of the bin.
No.
Yeah, no problem. I was still drunk, so it was fine. You can get away with it.
My wife, I don't know what it was the other day. I think it was like she'd pizza or something. She'd thrown it away, and I went in and I was looking for it. I was like, "You better not throw that pizza away. You know I love pizza the next day. Onion garlic dip in the morning for breakfast. What's wrong with you?" And I'm searching through the bin. She's like, "Fat man problems."
Fair enough. Yeah. I used to have it when we used to play rugby quite a lot. So we, being from the village where I was, the rugby club was literally a tennis ball throw away from my house. And there was a Chinese like round the corner as well. So we'd play a game, have a massive skinful, think, right, I'm going home. It would only be about 8:30, but you've been drinking from like 1 o'clock. We're all battered, still covered in mud with clothes on, like our smart clothes on. Walk up to the Chinese, get a few things. We used to have it was crispy shredded battered chicken, like little chicken strips like that, but they were like dead chewy, really nice. Get back home. This is when I lived with mum and dad, and I'd have a bit, and I think, oh god, I can't be able to speak. They're watching like fucking 24 or something till 1 o'clock in the morning. I thought, I'm not having this, man. Go upstairs, sit in bed, put the telly on, and I'd fall asleep. I'll hold one of these little tiny bits of chicken, and the thing would be on my head on the pillow, and I wake up in the morning. Oh god, my head's rough. Ooh, chicken, and just start eating it again. I did it so many times. Delicious.
Yeah, man. Right. So you're trying to tell me that you've never ate anything out of the bin? Why are you lying?
No, I'm not. I don't chuck things away unless I'm certain I don't want them anymore.
That's fair. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
That's normal. Yeah, I'd say that's normal.
I'm really fussy with leaving food out of the fridge for too long, and if something goes out of date like today, I won't eat it.
I used to have like chicken sandwiches I'd buy from Tesco, forget about it, been sat in the dashboard of the van for 3 days in the scorching heat. I go, I'm starving at work. This was years ago, mind you. I probably couldn't cope now.
I hope you got fucking ill from that.
Never once. Never once. And I would get, and I start biting the sandwich. I go, it's warm. Oh, it's warm chicken.
And you'd still eat it.
That's probably why I was so thin back then. I just shit myself all the time.
Listen,
I get such a bad stomach as soon as I eat something like, oh, no.
If I did that now, I probably would get a bowler.
my wife, the second she eats something that's slightly off, slightly bad, or doesn't agree with her, within 5 minutes will sick it straight back up.
Really?
Like, yeah, she's got this amazing thing that we were sitting, like, on our first holiday, we went to Croatia together, and we're sitting there and we're having this great time and that, and we're sitting by the pool now, and we just had the all you can eat whatever. We're sitting by the pool, stuffed, and she goes, "Oh." I was like, no, not out here. There's all people around the pool. And she just goes, "Whoop, whoop, whoop." And that was it. 3 massive pools of all you can eat buffet right round.
Feel great though.
A deck chair.
Go eat again. Got room now.
Yeah.
Let's go back. It's all
The
you
old
can eat
tactical-
still on.
Tactical chunder on the way home on a night out. That was it. Made it feel right as rain for bed.
Do you know what this is going down?
We used to, Sam, you won't know about this, but it was a thing of my age with the lads, especially rugby lads. It's disgusting. It was called the tactical chunder.
Yeah.
And then from that, it then turned into the chunder dragon. So obviously, tactical chunder is when you make yourself throw up, put your fingers in your mouth on the way home. And then you get home, you feel better. But the lads would then take it to the next level and go, let's do a chunder dragon. So as they do that, as they're throwing up, they're flapping their arms around, being sick everywhere, being chunder dragons. It was all. The thing is, when they used to do it, I can't stand, like, poo, wee, blood, no problem at all. Don't mind it. If someone's sick near me, I'm gone. And they would do it and then chase me. So I'd then start trying to be sick, like, couldn't help it. Try not to get sick of yourself while they were chunder dragging over me.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing I hate the most in the world is being sick. I really hate it.
It's awful.
It
always comes out my nose as well.
Fucking enjoys it.
No, but it's like one of them things I'll do ever. You know, after you've been sick, you're absolutely fine. Like, you feel so much better for it. But I will fight it till the last moment. I fight it and fight and fight. It's just the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, it's not cool. Always ends up coming out your nose. Mine does.
I've never been sick through my nose.
Yeah,
It's because I put my head too far forward. As you put your head too far forward, it comes through. And I got massive nostrils as well. So, like, but then when you do that, this podcast on the toilet, isn't it? This is cancelled now. This is last episode, guys. I'm really sorry.
It's gone down.
But it's real world problem, Sam. Getting chunder dragoned on. It's awful.
Listen,
That's gonna just be stuck in my head now.
listen. You know what?
Just me running down a dark alley with people flapping their arms and being sick behind me. Covered in mud.
I'm going to call this the worst electrical podcast ever.
It's because it's nothing fucking electrical.
Well, do you know what else as well? I ain't done no work this week. I ain't done no work for 2 weeks.
Why?
Like, I literally just sort of tell people what to do now.
So now you've turned into the notepad guy. Is that what it is?
Pretty much. Like,
Brilliant.
done a bit of
He's
uni
evolved
stuff
to the
other
next
day.
form of site manager. Yeah.
I just walk around and be like, make a phone call.
When are you getting braces? You should be getting braces next. High vis braces that look cool.
I don't know. I feel
That's
like I'm
five his
losing my
trousers at
skills.
the moment. Look like such wow.
Orange ones or yellow
Yellow.
ones? I don't know
Right.
what's better, to be honest.
Listen, even Zoom has had enough of this podcast.
They're like
Ugh.
yellow.
Listen,
Gross.
Zoom has had enough of this podcast.
Sam's trying to talk to us. We're just ignoring him.
I know,
Yeah, just
and
keep
the
ignoring
thing
him.
is, you're breaking up because my signal's bad.
Sorry, what was that?
No,
Sam's a what?
no. Right, listen, Monday Club, we're out.